We're now in the Philippines with our good model, Danny, which is going to go for some hair replacement today. As you can see, Danny's suffered a little bit of hair loss. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to fit a hair system and try and get it looking as natural as we possibly can. This is what they look like to start with. This is the perfect blend for Danny's hair colour and perfect density as well, nice and light. So when this goes on, all you should be able to see is lots and lots of scalp. Perfectly contoured template as well. So without further ado, let's get on with the process. So we'll come back and forth during the video, I think, and just show you how we're getting on basically. I'm going to start off giving Danny's hair a bit of trim around the sides, just so we've got a good amount of hair to blend to. What we're going to go for is a short, sort of choppy style overall for Danny. So we're not going to go too short because its density is very, very light at the sides and back. So I'm going to just basically put a high grade cutter on. I think this is the number 8. So and Danny also colours his hair as well, which is why we're putting a dark coloured system on. I mean, we can actually get grey put into systems. We can graduate it through any percentage you like, but Danny prefers to keep his hair, as I said, dark. Although he's got a little bit of grey just here on the side area, we're actually going to be taking the system, blending it into this sort of darker hair, so that won't actually affect anything. Okay, so what we're going to use on Danny as a bonding method is basically a white water-based adhesive. This one's called Perfect. There's other ones called Ghost Bond, Safe Grip. The reason I'm going to use this one is because it's good if you kind of in hot climates. Now, if you don't get on with the glue at all, then you can switch to tapes. There are many different types of tapes out there which you can use, and Danny may well, once I've gone back to the UK, Danny may well want to switch to tapes rather than the glues, but for today we're going to obviously use this method. The advantage with this method is you will get an extended bond, so some clients can enjoy up to 4 weeks. To be honest, the record is about 14 weeks. I know that sounds crazy, but if you've got a really dry scalp, then you do tend to get a better bond. If your scalp is oily, I would say less of a bond. So it's really one of those things you never know until you try it really. But the average I would say is about 4 weeks. And what we're doing, we're putting thin coats on. It goes on like a white milky paste. And when it dries, we're in an air-conditioned room at the moment, which will help it cure. And the whole point is it will go clear, transparent, and this is what gives the great effect of the hair looking like it's growing directly out of the scalp. Already you can see in places it's starting to cure. There's the other type of bonding, you don't have to put the glue all the way over. Some clients just literally have a sort of a hoop. It's too clear, yeah. Some clients just have a hoop and just let their middle part of their scalp breathe. So again, for the purpose of fitting, we're just going to do the glue all over. Roll the system on. It's a French lace system, by the way. It's got bleach knots all over, which, as I've said in previous videos, is very difficult to do certainly on dark or black hair. But you'll see in a minute the effect of the bleach knots. Some sort of cheaper systems you'll be able to see like little black dots at the base of the lace, but with these particular ones you won't be able to. It should just look as though the scalp or the hair is growing directly from the scalp. So we just literally, as our template is mapped out, we just basically roll it in place all over the glue to cure it now. Just give it a light press down over the towel. Okay, so the hair system is now in place. It's fully bonded. Obviously at the moment it looks a bit ridiculous because obviously the hair is at 6-7 inches in length. We're now going to trim that back, but before I start cutting and sectioning the hair, I just want to show you the hairline. As I said before, the bleach knots is on dark hair especially is one of the things that most factories sort of struggle to achieve. But as you can see, it just looks like the hair is growing directly out of the scalp. Okay, so we're, I'd say, about halfway through now. We've already blended all the perimeters in, and we're just sort of up on the crown section now. So I'm deliberately leaving it a little bit longer to begin with, just so we can work down the style. I haven't quite worked out a way of putting it back on yet once it's cut, so I always leave them longer to begin with. I mean, incidentally, I don't necessarily need to be in here and cut a live style. I can actually cut the hair and send it pre-cut. All I need is a picture of the required style, a template, which actually basically looks a bit like this. This is Daniel's template. If I can show you this. This is Daniel's template. Basically, all this is shrink wrap and sellotape. And what you do, you just put a load of shrink wrap over your head, tie it tight, and just put layers of sellotape over the top, just to bring out the hard shell. Then you just simply mark out the area of the bold area. Send that to me with some natural hair samples to match colour and texture, and that's all I need. And as I said, the actual style itself I can cut and blend using pictures and all sorts, so with also full instructions of how to attach it yourself. So really you'll be completely in control of the situation, really. One of these would typically, a lace system would typically last about 6 to 8 months, depending on how you treat it, really. But the lighter the density, the less it's going to last, if that makes sense. I'm just going to take a little bit of density out of this one. I mean, this was already light density to begin with, but I feel that it could do with being slightly more lighter. But I mean, just to give you an idea at this stage, you know, you can zoom in on that, but fantastic hairline. It's freestyle knotting, so the hair can move in any direction at all. Daniel would prefer a sort of slightly longer fringe, which we've left in, but with a kind of sweep back, nice. Sweep over it up. What we're going to do now is, obviously because we use that water-based glue at the start, we've got to be careful with
it's nice, better than the other.
Yeah, I just thought of another angle, like away from the sun, I think, yeah. Yeah, just got to be careful spraying it with water because of the water-based glue. It's still setting. But, you know, just to give you an idea of what we can do. That's all beautifully blended, seamlessly, all the way around the back. The crown area has got a nice shape, quite a lot of texture.
It looks like it's more like that here.
Yeah, that's the shape of the head, yeah.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, no, these lace ones, they you know, mould to the, well, whatever the template is, which is the shape of the head, of course. So and as a styling product, I usually put in just a conditioner as opposed to gel, because it just, you know, if you want that kind of wet look, it can give you that, but it also helps keep the hair soft instead of, because a lot of gels can dry out the hair. So I think we are just about there with Danny's hair, his new style. I left a reasonable length in the front. I think so he's got the option of just sweeping it straight up. You can have it lying quite flat as well. Not that you'd want to wear it that conservative, of course, you know, to one side. But yeah, if you go around with the camera, you can just basically see that it's all nicely blended. I mean, this is natural hair. If you want to colour that down, all these things with is a paddle brush, really. I'll just hopefully show you. I mean, it's pretty seamless. You cannot really see where his own hair begins and the system ends, really. Yeah, I'm just hoping the sunlight coming through the window is not affecting the detail too much. But yeah, how's that, Danny? Good? A new man. Excellent stuff.